Yo, welcome to the Sunday live stream. Man, do we got a lot to go over today. Man, do we have a lot to go over today, but Sunday live stream, most accurate live stream on TikTok. We're going to be going over a lot of stocks. Is the bull market over? You don't know how many messages I've been getting. Is the bull market over? Are we in a bear market? We in a bear market now? Did you see what's been happening? We in a bear market? Oh no. Oh no, are we in a bear market? We will be going over all of that. Also, swing trades we're in, a watch list, etc. We'll be going over a lot. I think this is going to be a good live stream. We just got to make sure everybody's in here. And we'll go forward. What's good, my boy JG? So yeah, we're just gonna wait, let everybody get up in here. We're getting some amazing pullbacks. Like, I'm excited to look at these charts because there's so many great pullbacks now. Some of you guys don't realize this is exactly what you needed. Like, you weren't really getting these jumbo pullbacks. Still, we don't have a jumbo size pullback just yet. Will we get it? Who knows? But this is very interesting. It's interesting, okay? It's very interesting. This is a time for you to really be paying attention, because you know the bull market isn't over. You know the bull market isn't over. And you're getting this amazing pullback to find some better entries to get into some 2025s. Somebody swung Apple call. Somebody said Apple biggest run is coming. They understand what's actually happening. Like, some people think this is the end of the bull market. Some people aren't even thinking to position themselves for the next huge run up that's gonna happen. But don't worry, Wam, we're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it. And with all these pullbacks, man, we're getting some excellent opportunities, especially like if you want to like actually build a portfolio, actually do this the right way. If you actually want to do this the right way, this pullback is amazing. And there's so many stocks we're going to be looking at. First, you guys know how these live streams go. We got to take a peek at the Qs. We'll look at Apple. We'll look at Microsoft. We're really gonna look at a lot more this live stream, I think, because there's so much opportunity now that there is a pullback. Now that there's some fear coming into the market, this is where the bulls strive. This is where you have to look. If you're a sheep, of course if you're a sheep, you're gonna think the market topped. You're gonna think there's gonna be way more red days. You're gonna think the market is going down. You're gonna think this is the top. You're gonna think there's no more opportunity. If you're bearish. But if you actually know what's going on, then you know that is not so. You know that is not so. You know we've been bullish since way down here, and all of this is just a little pullback because like you went from 260 all the way to 380. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? People are gonna take some profits. The smart people, anyways, the people that were actually listening in March and February and January and April, and that were buying these longer term stocks and these ET, But anyways, let's take a look at the Qs really quick. And if you guys remember last week on the YouTube or the live stream, I was talking about it needs to break above this area right here. We never got to break above. And I actually want to pull that up because that's exactly what we talked about inside of the live stream last week. The last Sunday, we were like, yeah, if it doesn't break above here, this is the level you really need to watch, because this was the FOMC high, when it was bouncing around, etc. Like, it never broke above. This is where we talked about it right here.
Okay, so you guys know we had that FOMC dump. We had the FOMC dump, and then we had the FOMC pump, and then we had the dump. It was just back and forth ping pong. So we're still at the same spot right there. So I would definitely want to see us push up out of this resistance that we have.
We want to see a push up. We never got that push up above there. That push up would have took us to the high of around 395. Don't worry though, that's still going to happen. But now what do we see in a shorter time span? I see maybe a longer correction if there is no bounce right here, especially if there's a bounce right here. This is, we'll probably get the W, etc. But this is the level that it needs to bounce at. If not, we're going back down to test like 365. Okay? So that's the main thing I want to pay attention to. And the reason I drew this correction period that you see right here, because this really is just a retracement correction. You know, it's getting more buyers in and getting better prices. People are taking profits. This isn't a oh, I'm getting out the market. This thing is not going to all-time highs. We got to exit quickly. It's not that. It is not that. Okay, this is profit taking. You know, we're almost at all-time highs. You know, a lot of stocks are breaking out. A lot of stocks were at all-time highs, like you saw with Apple, Microsoft, and now you see Amazon about to go to all-time highs. So what you're getting is people taking profits on these bigger stocks, like Apple, like Microsoft, and that's why you're getting the Qs pullback, because the Apple and the Microsofts are the highest weighted percentages against the Qs and the ETFs. Okay, so you're just getting profit taking, which makes sense. These things went to all-time highs. These things have been going crazy all year. Okay. Now, the reason I drew up this 27-day period right here is because that's how long it took for this area to correct right here. Some of you guys remember this pullback in February when I was literally telling you the same exact thing. Like, look, you're getting an amazing pullback right here. This is a bull flag. I literally have a video on my TikTok saying that we're gonna get to 380 after this correction is done, because we had that big old flag. We drew the, you know, we drew the flag right here. You guys can go to the TikTok right now, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna take you to around 340. It took you to 340. Okay, so the reason I drew up the 28 days was because that's how long this corrective period took. It really took you around 39, if we're being real. Like, that's when it bottomed, etc. So what you're getting right now, you got the top out, and I'm predicting we get, you know, maybe let's just do an average. You know, it took that one 39 days. Let's say this is gonna take 34 days. I think we get some more correction, some more bears outside, and that's what I'm anticipating for the Qs. I think the correction isn't done, but once this correction is done, you better be loading up. You better be, you know, buying. Like, you can even position yourself right now, is what I'm saying. Okay, so that's the main thing I want to pay attention to for the Qs and for SPY overall. Like, we know this is going to all-time highs. We know we're going to continue to march up. You just got to pick your spots correctly. So let's look at SPY. And remember, I was telling you guys about SPY. The level that you needed to watch was 450, 451. Some of you guys have been watching these live streams a lot. I was telling you this 451 level is the level you need to be paying attention to. I told you guys that last Sunday when it had that huge bounce right here, and then it finally broke down, even retested, and now it came down to the level right here, to 447. So if it breaks below 447, this thing is going to 441, 442. That is the next level you should have marked up, okay? Now, will we get there? We'll have to see if it can break below 446, okay? If it breaks below 446, yeah, it's most likely getting to 451. You got to wait for the retest. If you wait for the break, you know, wait for it to come up here, and then, you know, you short it back down. But if it gets there, coming down to 441. Now, if it gets below 441, this is giving you a buy of a lifetime. I doubt it gets right here, because I think too many people know we're bullish right now. Too many people would definitely buy the heck out of that dip, and I don't think it dips that low. Now, if it dips that low, look, man, now you guys know. You guys weren't listening in January, but now you guys actually know we're bullish. If it ever dips right here, we're going to be live, and I'm literally going to be begging you guys yet again to make sure you get this dip. Okay, now I doubt we get there, but who knows? Who knows? If we do, you guys know what to do. Okay. But I'm anticipating maybe like 441 is the bottom, and then, you know, we start consolidating and come back up. But we'll have to see. Those are the levels that I have. We even have a little gap to fill right here, which I'm not too concerned about. But yeah, that's what I'm watching for the SPY and the Qs. But what I'm most excited for is to find out some mid caps, some small caps, those opportunities, like the riots of the world, the ones that you guys have been missing, that the Discord has been getting into. Like, we got in the riot, you know, back in June, and caught this entire run up when it was at $11. It went all the way to 20, and now you're getting a corrective period, and it may even come back down to around 15. But I'm telling you right now, that is the perfect buying opportunity, and you're getting a lot of opportunities to build a position now in these longer term contracts. Okay, some of you guys are sitting here in January 2024 contracts scared. And to me, it makes no sense, because Christmas, you can't even fathom Christmas right now. But that's around the time your contract expires. Okay, so if you're in these longer term contracts, which we talk about a lot, you know, like some people are in SPCE, like the 2024 contracts. You have to be patient if you want to play this game the right way. If you want to play it the right way, you cannot be scared. If you got far out contracts, just let it play out. You got to have enough patience to let it play out, because if not, the market maker is going to take your money every single time. Don't be a sheep in this time. But anyways, let's move on to what you guys want to look at. Somebody said crash incoming. Somebody said never short the first dip. It's going to reek the greedy people. Market going down. You see what I mean? You got to love these times, especially if you're an OG in these live streams. You got the bears coming out. They've been quiet for a very long time. So it makes sense why, it makes sense like why they would come out right now. The market is going down a little bit. The bears are finally down negative 98%. They were down negative 99%, but now they're down negative 98%. They're feeling a little happy right now, and that's what you want, because it brings these, bears into the equation. It brings these bears into the equation, and you need that stuff. So let's see what you guys want to look at. Zoom, it had news too. TDOC, I want to look at TDOC. So for TDOC, if you guys remember, our price target on this, like we could sit here and do the weekly time frames, and our price target on TDOC is to $40. I believe it was $40. Let me see. That's the WOM price target. We believe TDOC will get back to $45. We believe it'll retest the top of this resistance that you see right here. Now, if you're sitting here trying to get if you're sitting here thinking it's going to happen next week, you're going to end up losing money. We don't look on these live streams. We don't really talk about what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, that's too difficult. Anything can happen tomorrow. That's more of a live trading. Like, that's where we live trade. That's where we day trade. But in terms of what's going to happen with TDOC, we believe the market is so bullish. We know this is a small cap stock. We know that TDOC and the digital world, to where a lot of this stuff is taking place on the internet, to where you can go to TDOC and get some prescriptions online. We know that this stuff is where the world is heading. And we have a price target to $45. Now that's a minuscule price target, and you even got the breakout. Some of you guys made a whole lot of money. I know we made so much money on TDOC when it pumped to $30, because we were already in TDOC down here. Now some of you guys may think TDOC is over, but I'm telling you right now that it is not. And you need to be paying attention to this dip, because all it is doing is retesting the breakout. Like some of you guys are like, it's about to go back to, it's about to break, it's about to go to zero. It's done. The bull market's over. It's not, okay? It is not. You're getting some perfect retracements. And if you ask me, this is where you would want to buy TDOC, especially if you missed it. Like, it's sitting in this perfect buy. Like, look, man, if you're looking to build a position, this is as good as a building position that you can get on this pullback. Some of you guys know that, some of you guys don't. But I'm telling you, this is where I would buy TDOC if I wasn't already in. If I wasn't already making money from TDOC, this is where I'd be looking to get back in. Okay? So TDOC right here is absolutely beautiful. If it was me, I'd build a position right here, and I would build a position right here, meaning I would get some, August? I would look to be getting some February next year contracts and building a position. If it goes down to and fills this gap right here, perfect. I would buy more. I would average down. So if it was me, I'd get 50% in. I'd put in 50% of my money right now, and then if it ever gets back down here at 24, I would put the other 50% in, and then that's the position that you have until March. You know the market's going to get to all-time highs. You know the market is rotating. This pullback was necessary in order for these mid caps and small caps to run up. The big money is taking their money out of Apple after it reached all-time highs. It makes sense. Like, it reached all-time highs. It literally went from 124 to 190 in 8 months. No stops. There's going to be people taking money, and where do you think that money is going to go? Come on, man. Think really quick. But yeah, that's what I think about TDOC. Let's move on. Somebody said, instead of technical analysis, read financial statements instead. I mean, if you would have read the financial statement for NVDA, you would have missed out on bands and bands and bags of money. Now, as long as you're not investing in a dookie company, then yeah, like you should have an understanding of what the company does. I agree. But you also got to understand what the TA is saying. You got to have both. You got to have confluence with both. ARK. Somebody said ARK, and I absolutely love you for saying ARK, because this is going to be an amazing, easy, free bread trade that you can get into. If you aren't looking at ARK, if you haven't been looking at ARK with us since it retested the channel at $35 down here when I was begging you, pleading with you, begging you to buy, I put it in the Discord, I said I'm buying ARK. I have ARK equity, but I anticipate to get some options for ARK. So you want to listen up right here, because I think this is one of the more free bread plays inside the market, especially if you're patient. Especially if you're patient. A lot of people don't like Kathy Woods. A lot of people think this is going to go to zero. I'm telling you right now, that is not so. ARK looks absolutely amazing. Now, it is sitting in this buy area around $45, but I want it at $42. I think if it ever gets to $42, which I think is possible considering, you know, I think there is some bulls inside the market that just want to buy the dip, and they think, you know, the first dip is the, you know, there has to be some psychology in it. So we might just continue to dip down a little bit, fake out some more people that want to get shorter term contracts, and we may get to 42. If we get to 42, I'm telling you right now, even right now is a good time to build a position. Like, it's only $3. You're being greedy on an entry. But if you're looking at ARK, the December 2025s is free bread. And if you're in the Discord, we are going to enter that. Do not worry. We will be getting inside of there. And I think that's going to be an amazing play, okay? It's inside this channel. Now, will it come down to retest the bottom? I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Because after it retests the bottom, this thing is making its next leg up to around $60, okay? Maybe even more. Like, it could just break out of this channel and go absolutely crazy. All right, so I like ARK. This is one that I'd mainly be looking at for equity and for longer term options contracts. And that's the main thing this channel wants to focus on. Like, at the end of the day, we plan on taking this bigger and better than anything you've ever seen. We plan on having our own Jim Cramer. So we want to make sure you guys have the most free bread plays in the market and the easiest bread to where we can ensure you make money. Now, if you want to get in on a day trading side and you want to dibble and dabble in that, then yeah, we can make sure you get some of that too with live trading, etc. But in terms of the free bread, I think if you're looking at the December 19, 2025s, it doesn't get any easier than that. It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. And this is coming from somebody that was literally begging you to buy at $36. It ran all the way up to $50, and we made a whole lot of money on equity. But anyways, let's look at crowd. Somebody said nothing is free money in this market. If you understand the market, almost all of this stuff is free money, especially if you understand that you can invest long term. Now, is it going to take you a bit more time? Are you going to get rich overnight? No. But is it better than keeping your money in a savings account or letting the bank invest your money and you get 1% of what they give you? Come on, man. Come on, man. When you put the money in your bank, where do you think they're putting their money? Where do you think they're putting their money when you put the money in the bank? They're literally giving you 1% of what you put in. And meanwhile, they're putting their money in ETFs and making, you know, crazy amounts of money. So sure, you can say there's no such thing as free money, but if you look at, we're gonna come back to crowd, but I just want to address this because it's like there is such thing as free money if you're smart about it and slow about it and you're patient about it, because ETFs over time go up and to the right. So if you invest in an ETF over time, you're going to end up making free bread. And ARK is an ETF that I think could make you a lot of free bread because it dumps so much because they want to say they're the new NASDAQ. And to be honest, I think they are the new NASDAQ, considering the NASDAQ has stocks that, you know, that are obvious, like Apple and Microsoft. Like, we know those, you know, but ARK is investing in things that are disruptive. That's literally their whole motto, the new NASDAQ, okay? So you can see this at crazy amounts of money, especially if you're investing long-term, equity, etc. This is where it's at, man. But anyway, let's look at crowd. China. Somebody said China. Yeah, bro, 4% guarantee for 10-year bonds is free. That's true. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you can go that way and get 4%, which I think is still better than keeping your money in a savings account. But that's funny. 4% is funny. But crowd. Some of you guys don't know what crowd is, but I'm telling you, you want to be paying attention to this one. This one's ready to take it to all-time highs. If you're patient, it literally broke out from its downtrend that it's had right here. This thing is on an uptrend now. The trend has shifted. Now, what I'm paying attention to for crowd, and we actually made a whole lot of money from crowd when we swung crowd calls. Like I believe when it had this first dip and then it took it all the way to 160, 166 or something like that, we made a whole lot of money from that. But if you look at crowd right now, this is a good opportunity for you to buy it. This is like, if it was me, and it is me, like I want to get in the crowd. Now I think I'm gonna be a bit more patient and possibly wait for the trend line retest. Now I doubt it gets that, but I would be able to recover because, you know, let's say it bounces right here, goes up, does something like that. Like I would be able to get back inside, you know. But this is a perfect position for you to be buying. Like this is a buy area. It's sitting in the fib, the perfect correction from the uptrend that it's had since it finally started breaking out from this consolidation that you have right here from the swing low to swing high. You have the perfect buying area right here. Okay, so this is, look, man, you're getting these amazing pullbacks, and some people think this is a bear market. Like some people think this is the end, and if you know, you know that this is not the end. You know the market's going to all-time highs. You know it. I know it. I've been telling you for forever. But if you want to be a bit more patient on crowd, and I think I will, I would wait for it to retest its trend, or you can even, you know, draw the, like, and this is the thing. You don't want to get too fancy. You don't want to get too, you know, greedy on your entry with a lot of this stuff. But if it does ever get to 136, 135, that will be the perfect time to get in, because oh my, if you know what CrowdStrike is, and you know that the digital economy and the world is transforming into more digital than anything, you're gonna need some cybersecurity. You're gonna need some cybersecurity, am I right? And if you look at Crowd, it's actually lagging behind, you know, its big brother PanW, which PanW is at all-time highs. And if you ask me, I like CrowdStrike more than PanW, but hey, what do I know? What do I know? But yeah, CrowdStrike is absolutely amazing. Don't for a second think this is, do not for a second think this is gonna come. Some people think this is about to happen, man. Some people think this is the top, is about to come down and just do this now. Like it's some people really think that's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna miss out on a whole lot of money. I mean, just look how it closed on the monthly. Now, yeah, you can look at how ugly this, you know, the first couple days of August have been. But if you have that patience mindset and you see literally how this has actually been closing on a month-by-month basis, it's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. Like we could sit here and call this just a jumbo flag, like if we really wanted to. But anyways, that's accumulation for sure. Somebody that gets it. Somebody literally just gave you what is happening right here. And the funny thing is, this isn't the only stock that has been doing a look, man. People know the market is going to look. The big money has been known that the market has been going. That is, the big money has been known that the market is going to all-time highs since October. Since they've been telling you guys that it's gonna go into a recession, they've literally have been knowing that the market is going to go to all-time highs since October, and they've been positioning themselves since then. Okay, so for these stocks that haven't gone crazy, that are great companies. Now we're not talking about no dookie companies. You know, we just looked at CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is a real company. Okay, now if we're, you know, but for the stocks that are real companies, where do you think money is accumulating into? Where do you think the profit taking money from Apple and Microsoft is all going to go? Exactly. I don't even gotta say it. You just know it. I just gotta say exactly, because like, come on now, you gotta be a little bit smart. You gotta, you know, like think about it for 1 second. Think about it for 1 second. Now, you know, the big money, you know, they obviously got the easy bread, the free bread, which was investing into the biggest company in the world, Apple, Microsoft. You know, that's easy. But now they're gonna get a bit more riskier because they made a lot of money. But anyways, Twilio's accumulating as well, and this is one you gotta pay attention to. Crowd, a solid stock for long term. I think so. I don't own any CrowdStrike equity, so I'm gonna just be honest. Like, I don't own any CrowdStrike equity. So is it a good one for long term? I think so. I think it is a good one. But do I think there's better ones that have a lot more reward? Yes. But CrowdStrike is one of the, like, I think you'd be able to easily make some money from it. I mean, it's sitting at $35 billion market cap, with the world transitioning into more digital, the digital economy. When you have the metaverse is gonna be like a 10 trillion. They're projecting to be a $10 trillion. Do you understand that? So cybersecurity is obviously gonna get a boost from that. So I think it's a good long term. But I haven't looked inside the company just based off what I know right now. So I hope that helped. Somebody said Square. A lot of people want to look at Square. I like Square. Square. Like, God dang, let me check out Square. I told you guys, man. I told you guys, don't mess with this up here, bro. Somebody kept asking about Square, like when it was up here. I was like, yeah, bro, if you missed it down here when we talked about it inside this bullish megaphone, and you see that it is, I think it even had like a trend line, or is that PayPal? Might have been PayPal. Yeah, it was PayPal. But if you look at Square right now, yes, it looks good to buy the dip. It does. Don't get me wrong. It looks amazing to buy the dip. But what I've been seeing with these companies that do stuff like this, that dump hard on earnings, it's very rarely a V shape. And I know you guys have seen that too. It's very rarely you get a V shape. So for Square, I think it's a good company. I think, it could bounce. But I would just be a bit more patient. I don't want to spend too much time on this one until we see more structure, until we see the earnings actually, consolidating, doing something more better and more bullish, and not trying to catch bulls off guard, because I think that's what it's going to do. I think you're probably going to get some bulls caught off guard, and they're going to think, oh my, this is an excellent buying opportunity, which it is if you're getting equity. If you're getting equity, yeah. But I think it probably could, go down a little further, consolidate, it's going to chop you out a little bit. But we'll have to see. I do like Square. And if you're getting like next year, June 2024s, I would pull the trigger. But if you don't have that money to spend, I would leave it alone for a little bit. That's just my opinion though. Like if you think Square, like this is the bottom for Square, by all means go for it. Just from what I've seen, since we've been looking at these charts, when you get that earnings dump, it usually continues for a little bit. Like you saw it with Apple. Like Apple had that big earnings dump and it dumped the rest of the day. Microsoft had that big earnings dump, it dumped the rest of the day. Okay, so a lot of people think after the earnings dip you want to get in, but that's not true. What's up, brother? I don't like Disney. What's your opinion on Roku? Now 86, but I've been averaging down in Square since 250. I'm at 120 right now. God dang, bro. 250 is crazy. Yeah, I hate Disney. I'm not going over Disney. Hate it. Yo, Snow literally came into the perfect buying area off that Amazon dump. I actually really like this one, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like this one. I'm gonna tell you why. I think it was right here. Yeah, it was right. No. Where the heck was it? I like Snow. I do like Snow because Snow is one that hasn't broken out. It's just being accumulated, consolidated at $54 billion market cap. If I was looking at this one, actually this one looks good for, it might be tomorrow. It might be tomorrow, but I would, let me see. For me to be confident in Snow, I would need to see it break out, do something out of this channel. I would need to see it do something out of this channel. If not, like it's even reject, like I would need to see it break out of this channel, at 175 or something. But as long as it's gonna continue to make these lower highs, like you've been seeing, these lower highs each time, and no higher high, like if it breaks out from 173, then yeah, that'd be perfect because you finally got a higher high, a new trend to work with, a new channel to work with, etc. But inside of this channel that you've been seeing since July 18th, which it's been a month. Usually these, you know how you guys saw the bear market rallies in 2022? Each one lasted like a month. So this right now is like a bull market bear rally. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, if it was me, I gotta wait to see if it finally breaks out of this channel. I gotta see it. I have to. But I do like it. Huge consolidation usually leads to these huge breakouts. But yeah, I it's decent, man. I think I know snow's gonna end up going up. You know, I just want to make sure you get the timing more accurate than normal. Okay. So if you're buying equity or you're buying these March 2024s, then I would just say build a position. I wouldn't even worry, like, because you're getting an amazing dip. Like, this was at 192 a month ago, and now it's sitting at one. It went all the way to 160. You know, so it even swept the liquidity right here at this big support that you saw right here. It swept it and took the people out that were trying to catch the bounce right here, or thinking like, this is where I'm gonna get out if it don't bounce. You know, those people, and it swept it, took it all the way back up. So I like snow if you're getting some far out contracts. But if you can only afford like September 15th, I would say wait for it to make a new high. All right. It does look good though. You know snow's gonna go up. You know, man, come on, man. You know Snowflake is gonna go up. You know this, man. Don't even second guess it. Have conviction that the market is gonna go up. Have conviction. Have conviction, because that if you don't have conviction inside this market, you're gonna end up following everybody else's opinion. You're gonna end up literally getting into the wrong trades and thinking we're in a bear market and not trying to buy dips that are, man, come on, man. Have conviction in what you're doing. If not, you're gonna get faked out a whole lot. But I actually really like this one, man. I'm not gonna lie. I actually really like snow, and I'm actually mad I wasn't looking at it when it had that. Dang, snow went stupid. Was that earnings? Oh, that was Amazon. Amazon took it up. That's what it was. Yeah, so hold on. Like, now that I'm looking more at it, this is actually, like, as long as it stays above here as well. And I actually think it will. Yo, this one, like, the fact that I'm staying on this one tells me something. So I actually like this one, man. I really do. And you got Amazon kind of hot right now, too. Amazon is hot. And Amazon is one that didn't go to all-time highs. So if you're asking me, I think this one can actually test 180. Maybe this week. Maybe this week it could retest 180, because as long as it stays above 166, that's the big demand zone right there. Bounced there perfectly. Even is sitting there right now. So you guys see what it does at 166. But the risk to reward is there because it's at 166 right now. You can just get in at 166, stop out below 160. You know what I'm saying? So I like it, bro. A lot of you guys want to look at Tesla. We're going to look at Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla, man. Where'd my music go? Where'd my music go, man? Did my speaker die? Did my speaker die? I think my speaker died. I think my speaker died. Let me see what Twitch is up to. Let me make sure you guys are all... Before we look at Tesla, go to the link in the bio. Follow the Twitter. A lot of you guys want to look at Apple and PayPal. I'm just looking at the Twitch comments. We'll look at PayPal. We'll look at Apple. I just got to remember, okay? I'll remember. But let's make sure we're following the Twitter, okay? The Twitter is linked in the bio. It's just a little bird. Man, follow the X app, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, because we will be looking at Tesla. And also, if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord, because Parth will be going live today at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be going over pivot break strategy and the trade review planner. Mex went live on August 2nd. That was absolutely amazing. Taught a lot of people some game. And yeah, so we have live classes. One of them is today. Make sure you guys are following the Twitter. The link is in the bio. We already looked at the cues. And if you missed the cues, just follow the Twitter. We're gonna do a recap. We always post the recap on the YouTube. We always post the recaps on the YouTube, what we went over, etc. Okay. This is the YouTube. We literally post all of them. Okay. So if you missed any stocks that we looked at, we'll do timestamps, etc. Okay. I'm telling you, like, look at this. Like, the timestamps are right here. Everything we looked at. So.
And we know the market's gonna go to all-time highs. We know the Q's is gonna.
All right. For Tesla. Let's take a look at Tesla. You guys want to look at Tesla? First of all, let me see. One of you guys follow the Twitter. We got 180 people in here. I feel like beating somebody up. I'm just playing. All right, so if you're looking at Tesla, you remember what it did down here? Some of you guys, you remember what it did down here? Like where it had that huge consolidation period for since February until April. It was like 2 months. We might just get something like that here. Okay, so if I'm looking at Tesla, I was wrong on Tesla when I thought it was gonna make something like this. I was wrong. Some of you guys remember, and I don't mind saying I'm wrong. Like, I really don't care if I'm wrong. I just want to be transparent with you guys, because I remember, I think the last live stream, I was like, yeah, I'm looking at this to bullish megaphone, and for Tesla to go to 300. I still think it's gonna get to 300, but now you got a detour. It's taking its sweet time now. Construction, stuff like that. So now what I see for Tesla. Is the same thing. I still think Tesla's gonna continue to march upwards. It just needs to make a higher high. What you're seeing right now is a bunch of lower highs forming on a lot of these stocks. Okay, will it form? And this actually looks like I've actually seen this pattern take off, where it goes, makes these higher lows, and then what is this called? Somebody knows. Somebody knows what this is called. I've actually seen this type of thing go absolutely crazy. Now, will that happen? I want to see it above 265, and I want to see it above 265, because that'll bring you above a higher high, retest, and do something like that. But I still think Tesla's very bullish. I still think Tesla's gonna go absolutely crazy. I'm not gonna be looking to short it at all. I'm just not. Some people are looking, for this gap to fill, and for Tesla to get to 212, and everything like that. And I just don't think that's gonna happen. Now you even have this rejection of this trend line, etc. Like, you do have a lot of bearishness happening for Tesla, especially because the same thing could happen right here, where it does come down to this buy area with the fibs, that we knew. I was telling you guys to buy this at 165 when it dipped all the way to the buy area down here. If we ever get something like that on Tesla again, you guys know what to do, and we will be going absolutely heavy. Now, if you drop the fibs, and let's say the same thing happened last time, where you do have the fibs and 50% retrace, it retraces, then that'll put Tesla at 215, 210. And if it ever gets down there, I want you guys all to know, you better be going heavy. You better be going heavy, because that's the last leg until all-time highs. Okay? If I sat here and did a measure move from where you have it right here, it takes you back to all-time highs. So if we do get a pullback like that, that'd be very interesting. I don't think we're gonna get it. Me personally, I don't think we're gonna get it. Now, I'm the biggest bull you know. I'm the biggest bull you know. So take with that. Take that into consideration when you're taking what I'm about to say. I'm bullish, man. USA all day. I don't think it gets to 235. I think we might get a bounce this week. Another thing, and why I think that as well, besides me being the biggest bull the reason I think we get a bounce this week is because you haven't seen 2 consecutive red candles on the Qs all year. There hasn't been 2 red candles all year. Okay? Because look, this is January. This is January 3rd. Somebody said, I'm revenge trading Tesla if it hits 210. That's a fact. That's a fact. But if you look at this is January 3rd. You had a red candle, a green candle. Oh, you had a red candle, a green candle. You had a red candle, then you had a bigger green candle. Red candle, green candle. The Qs has never had 2 red candles in a week in a row this whole year for 8 months. So will next week be green? I'm going with the odds. I'm going to say yes. Okay, because you have a red week. There should be a green week. Somebody this dude does not know what he's talking about, man. He's over here using red day, green day. Man, come on, man. This dude don't know what he's saying. Yeah, the VIX is garbage. I would never pay attention to the VIX. Bigger bull than tomorrow. My phone died. Did you go over SPY? Yeah, we went over SPY. Oh, shoot, you guys, I don't know, fallen wedge, bearish pennant, I don't know. That's what I thought. I lost 30K on Friday. Hey, if you got 30K to spend, man, that must be light. That must be light. Where do you get the watch list? Join the Discord. We will make the watch list in there. All right, let's look at some more stocks. We had a brief intermission there, so make sure you guys follow on the Twitter, etc. Let's look at NVIDIA. We haven't looked at NVIDIA in quite some time. Let's take a peek at what it's doing, man. Let's take a peek at what NVIDIA is doing. And to be honest, this one's following to literally perfectly with what the Qs has been doing. It didn't get above this resistance. It fell all the way back down. It got to the top of the channel, etc. So let's see what NVIDIA could possibly do. Now you are seeing this bear flag. Like, this is a bear flag. You know, we can sit here and draw, you know, the measure move of this possible bear flag. It even rejected the channel, which is interesting. I'm actually seeing more downside for NVIDIA, maybe to 422, 421. But for me to want to be bearish on it, it needs to break down below 440. It needs to break down from this demand that has been bouncing from for quite some time. So I want to see it break below 444 really, and then we'll see if the trend can continue. But you are getting you had a retest of the channel, which is crazy, and it rejected, and the measure move is back down to 424, which, you know, makes sense. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't you get some sort of correction after it went to all-time highs? You know what I'm saying? Like, look how crazy this thing went. Look how crazy this thing went. So I think NVIDIA possibly has some more room to the downside, but only below 444. Only below 444. That's what I'll be looking at. Because it literally, like, this was the channel that it's been in since May. Like, since May, you just had it sitting in this channel, and then all of a sudden it broke down and retested and failed. Oh yeah, I think this could get to 420. What is NVIDIA? NVIDIA is a chip. Okay, they got the chip, semiconductor, etc. Same thing for AMD. Yes, I think AMD gets to 110. I don't trust AMD in this little consolidation period that you have. I think there's too many bullish people in it right now. I think you get that retest of 100. The only thing that would make me say no to a lot of these retests and like NVIDIA to 420 is that there's a lot of people that know we're bullish and are gonna get excellent entries for the next move to the upside. That's the only thing to where I'll be like, if it ever gets to 100, like, that's the easy buying opportunity for a lot of people that know the market is going up like us. So I want AMD at $100. To be honest, will we get there? I actually don't think so. I don't think so, but you never know. Sitting in this nice pennant. I don't want to be too sure on this one, but yeah. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm actually bullish on AMD right here to all-time highs. Yeah, I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna sit here and look. If it gets to 100, man, sell the kids, sell the house, sell the wife, sell everything. If it ever gets to 100, because come on now, AMD. First of all, AMD wasn't even running with NVIDIA when NVIDIA was going crazy, because AMD had that event, and that ended up being the top at 131, and then, you know, it fell down, and now you got consolidation for literally almost 2 months, which I would say is accumulation for all-time highs to 160. So, I'm bullish. Yeah, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on it. I'm bullish. Yep, you got me. I'm playing around. All right, let's look at which time frame do you decide if you're in on the stock. It depends. If I'm looking for these runs, nobody said run. Nobody said any energy stocks. But then again, you guys already kind of know what's going to happen with these. Like, if you're a long-term investor, you got to have some energy, some run. Who's cooking food in the back, boys? How you know there's food being cooked in the back? Please, Wom. All right, let's look at Apple. Somebody want to look at Apple? Let's look at Apple. Apple dumped hard. But what you got to realize is this is Apple. All right? I don't care what they said on their earnings report. I don't care if they said they ain't selling no MacBooks. I don't care what they said. This is a dip. You need to be considering to buy. Now, should you get in right here? Let's take a little sneak peek. Let's see if this is a decent entry for you. because some entries just aren't as good as some others. And if you look at like sometimes Apple, I remember the reason I told you guys to get Apple right here back when it was 144 was because of that was something that let me see. I think it's because I said it was like the 618 or something like that. That's why I said you should be looking at Apple because it was at it. Yeah. So if I'm looking at Apple from this huge run that it just had, I would be looking. Look, it's coming up on it, and it's not just right here that it happened. Like some people probably think I'm just. Look, man. Everybody got a method to their madness. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And what I'm telling you guys worked when I called the bottom last time. And it's not just that bottom. Like I went back and did it for literally all the pullbacks, the previous bull run we had, and it likes getting to that 382 more than it does the 618. You know, the golden. You know, the golden pocket, the best retracement that you can get. So if you're asking me, look, man, you got to be a fool to think Apple is done. You really do. Now you got an amazing pullback on it where it went from 197 to 181. It dropped $16. Now some people made a whole lot of money on that. Some people made a whole lot of bread on Apple. But I think you should not, like, if you missed this short, why are you looking to short it? Like if you weren't shorting over here this day, why are you looking to short it? Why are you looking to short it? Why are you looking to short it if you missed it after it dropped $16? So I wouldn't even be looking to short it. I would be looking for some sort of dead cat bounce. I think you get that dead cat bounce at like 178, 179, around there. And then, you know, all time, like it's ready to, this thing is going to be 250. Like, come on, man. You really think you really think Apple's done? It's just doing the same thing. And what I'm more interested in right now is that when stocks go to all-time highs, they break out of all-time highs initially. Like Apple broke out of all-time highs initially. It faked out the people that were trying to, you know, get the double top. They didn't get it. And then it starts heading back down. So I'm saying that to say that's happened on a bunch of stocks, and we need to try to figure out which one's next because it's been happening a lot. So even Microsoft did the exact same thing. It broke out from all-time highs. All-time highs is right here. It broke out. It literally went up $30 from all-time highs, but it rejected all the way back down. So we got to find the next stock that is at all-time highs, that's going up, and then we get some. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you guys, it's been happening. Some of you guys think I'm stupid, but hey, man, I don't care. I'm looking to buy Apple at 178 is what I'm saying. Okay, I think 178 is the perfect buy. To be honest, I think it's a little greedy considering, you know, Apple is actually the greatest company in the world. But don't get this confused. This is just profit taking from people that, you know, were smart money was buying at 125, 124, okay? This is just smart money taking some profits. And that smart money and that money is going to get put back inside of Apple. It's going to get rotated into different sectors. And that's what I think is the most interesting thing that's happening right now. Not the fact that we're going down, which is the fact that which is the thing that everybody is talking about. Don't focus on what everybody's talking about inside of the market. Focus on what people are not talking about and the undervalued opportunities inside the market. That's how we ended up being so bullish come December, come January, come February, because we realized that, first of all, these are great buying opportunities. And second of all, the put side, the recession side, is overcrowded. I bet you if we look at CNBC right now, they're talking about a new bull market. Meanwhile, you know, back when it was actually a real bull market, they were telling you to be bearish. So you always want to make sure you don't want to be on the side of the sheep. And the side of the sheep is usually the side that the majority of the people are on. So look for the hidden gems. Look for what people aren't talking about, and go from there. And that's what WOM does so good. Like, we always front run everybody. We front run everybody. Like the stuff we've been talking about all year is just coming into fruition. And now, you don't understand, like, some of the OGs know, but if you look at Coinbase right now, the only thing with Coinbase, and I do think Coinbase is bullish, the only thing is you need to wait for, like, some Bitcoin. Like, it reached this measure move, first of all. Like we charted this back here in June, and it reached this measure move to $106. So now, of course, you're gonna get some sort of pullback. Now, how far will that pullback go? I mean, I'm gonna be hopeful and say it gets to 75. I wouldn't be looking to long Coinbase until you see some crypto action, until you see some Bitcoin action, and especially right now, I just don't think this is a dip. And I lost some money. I lost like $1,000 on Coinbase. I lost like $1,000 on Coinbase trying to go long. Like, it was just, look, man, I was listening to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I made a mistake. But now I think Coinbase gets to that 74, and this will be the better time for you to buy. I wouldn't buy it right here, especially when you don't have especially when you have Bitcoin like doing this for the past like 3 months. Man, Bitcoin just been sitting here for 2 months. Now, don't get it confused. Like, Bitcoin is going to get to 42K. You just don't know when. But, you know, I would wait for that $75, $74 bounce on Coinbase, and that is where you want to attack. Hopefully we're live for it. I think we will be. But yeah, it reaches measure move, so there's no way, unless we get a big pullback, you know, I look for $76, $75. Or, you know, if it starts forming something right here. What I'm saying is I think you get some consolidation, okay? Unless it goes to $75. That's when you'll probably get a big bounce and you got a perfect entry, and then you can just wait. Anyways, let's move on. All right, everybody put in the comments right now. Please, everybody put in the comments. I want everybody to put in the comments what is the free breadest play that you know right now that you're gonna get into. Like, let's say you're getting some June 2024 calls. If you say puts, I'm gonna just think you don't know what you're talking about. June 2024 calls. Tell me what is the best play right now. Like, where would you put all your money? Like, all of it. Like, you going big. Somebody said Upstart. Somebody said Upstart. I don't think you're wrong, because usually stuff like that runs and just keeps running. But god dang, Upstart, that thing took off. Somebody said Affirm. Ooh, he understands. Somebody said Lemonade. Buy the dip on Lemonade, man. That dip you just got was heaven sent. Anything China, Tesla, BILI. Somebody said BILI. What you know about BILI, man? You don't know about BILI. You don't know about BILI. He said BILI, and he's 130% correct. BILI's amazing. BILI's been making us money inside the Discord, a lot of it. Riot, GE, Rivian, Lucid. Ooh, I've seen a lot of Lucid vehicles. Let's take a look at Lucid. Oh wait, my bad, my bad Twitch. I know Twitch is sick at me. I looked at Apple. I didn't look at PayPal. Are you taking into consideration that September is typically a bad month for the market? I don't really pay attention to any of that. And to be honest, since you said that, I think September is going to be an amazing month. They said the same thing about like April. Like, I wouldn't pay too much attention to that, because that, like I said, what did I just say? That's the overcrowded trade. Like, a lot of people think that's going to happen because it's been happening historically, and that's like the easy research that you can get is what I'm saying. Like, you can go on CNBC and they're talking about that, because that's what they want you to think. Like, you got to think about that. But who knows, bro? It could be, maybe not. But history, like, especially this year, I wouldn't be looking at anything history. I'd be looking at the irrational side of the market, because that's the side that we're in before, you know, an inevitable crash. But we got some good ones. You guys saying Tesla? I think Tesla's a good one. JD, TDOC. You guys got some good ones. And look, man, sometimes you need to take the risk, because these that you guys are saying are low cap, mid cap. You know, besides like Tesla and Rivian, but Amazon. I'm telling you, look, man, this pullback is something you do not want to play with. You do not want to play with Tesla leaps are really pricey. I'm not gonna lie. A better one for Tesla is Lucid. And the only reason I want to look at Lucid, I don't really like, you know, this is more of like a gamble that could pay you a lot. I don't really like looking at Lucid too much, because it's $12 billion market cap, which is, I would say, pretty big, because I've only seen like a couple of their cars. I don't know too much about Lucid, you know. But this is one that could run, and where I'd be looking to buy the dip and possibly, you know, get in is right here. Like, this is the perfect retracement. This is where I'd be looking to build a position. And you guys know me. I don't like looking at the weeklies, the 2 weeks, unless I'm day trading and trying to get out the same day or tomorrow. Or so if I was looking at Lucid, I'd be looking at some far out contracts because it's so cheap right now. This thing just ran up to $8. You know, it has these squeezes that could potentially happen. It had a squeeze back in January. Now this was a news type of squeeze to where it went from $6 to 17. But I think Lucid could look. Gabs, you've been hot. So this one, like usually, look, if you guys want a cheat code, look for the person that is super hot. Like they've been hitting time and time. They're on a streak, like they hit that one, then they hit. Pay attention to those people. Like Hobby was really hot. Look, man, hot streaks usually continue. Crowd gonna be crazy as AI grows. I agree. I like Lucid. I made 100% on Leaps. I think you could still go. Leaps last year be insane right now. Exactly. Exactly, bro. Leaps. I'm telling you, you want to focus on Leaps if you just want to make easy bread and you just want to go to your job, actually build up a portfolio and actually, build something sustainable, and you don't want to sit at a monitor. The best thing to do is trade for 1 hour a day, best setups, sit on your long term, have some swings already in, stuff like that. But trading from 9 to 5, man, you might as well just get a day job, bro. You literally might as well just get a day job. You're trading from 9 to 5. You might as well just literally get a day job and trade on your bathroom breaks. At least you're making money. You know what I'm saying? But you trade to get freedom. Like you look inside, you get inside the markets to gain freedom, not so you can work a 7 to 7. But some people just like trading. Let's look at Roku. Let's look at Roku. Some people like trading though, some people just like day trading. I don't like day trading that much. I think I like swing trading a lot more. If you look at Roku, I think this is gonna dip down at $80 possibly. I don't like it up here. If you miss I don't like looking at Roku because we were talking about it way down here. Like, why weren't you looking at it? We were talking about 67. Like, why didn't you like it at 70? Why didn't you like it at 67 where you could have bought some Leaps? Now that it ran up $30 in the span of 3 days, now you want to take a peek at it. Now you want to get in. Now you've seen it. Front run these people, have conviction, and hop in. If I'm looking at Roku, I'm going to wait for it to retest where it broke out from. And then I would look to get into, some Leaps because the measure move is to, around 130. That is the measure move. Somebody like, what the heck? What's a measure move? Somebody like, what the measure move? What the heck a measure move, bro? What you talking about? What you talking about, man? Yeah, a measure move. Really, I would say, yeah. I think it still has room to go, but I'd wait for it to get to 80. Somebody keeps spamming MPW. If this is a penny stock, I'm getting off. Oh my lord. Look, bro, y'all can blame this man. I'm just kidding. This isn't really a penny stock. What is this? Real estate trust? I like it. I actually really like it. Uptrend formed, since May. Double bottomed in March. I like it. There's no reason not to like this one. It's in an uptrend. Well, yeah. I think it literally retraced perfectly. Like it gave you if you just pay attention, it's sitting in the. I like it, bro. I like it. Now, will I enter it? Probably not because it moves like a slug. It moves terrible. 8 cents is a dividend. Yeah, it gives you dividends as well. I would just this is probably a good equity play for a lot of people. Like if you're just looking to build a portfolio, which everybody in here should be looking to build a portfolio. Why would you not be looking to build a portfolio? You got to retire. you wait a minute. You probably your bones are gonna hurt when you're 60, and you probably not gonna want to go to work. It's probably good to learn some of this stuff and build. You know what I'm saying? Probably, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, I like it, bro. It's 12% dividend. God dang, yeah, it's good long term. You put a lot. Look, man, you put a lot of people on the radar. You put a lot of people on with this one, I think, because Like, it's not a bad stock. Gives you good dividends. You're getting at a good buying point. You weren't buying up here, you know. So you're able to gain money on your money while you get the dividends and while the stock. I love it, bro. I like it. That's why I like going to these. That's why I like live stream, because I didn't know about this stock. But it has dividends. You're getting it at a good spot. I like it, bro. Not a bad one. He says it's a high risk dividend. It's high risk though. You know, be careful. Anyways, let's move on. You like QSI? What the heck is QSI? Quantum C Incorporated. Oh, now we looking at penny stocks. Look, man, I don't like looking at penny stocks, but it did have quite a run up. Like I said, you know, money's rotating. Like, money is rotating. Like, that's why you had TUP go so crazy. It was $212 million market cap. What do you think is gonna happen with something like? Obviously, money's gonna, like, it even did the same thing back in 2020. It'll most likely do the same thing now. But will I enter? My boy Smashing was talking about it at 80 cents. So no, I won't enter because I didn't trust, bro, and I didn't get in. So if I missed it at 80 cents when I knew I should have took it when Smashing was talking about it inside the Discord, I'm not gonna look at it right now because it's up 400% from when. Like, no, he's selling me his bag. I'm okay. If I'm not front running, I'm not messing with it. All right. Why did SPY go down? It's just profit taking. It's not a new bear market. It's a good time to reposition yourself and dollar cost average. As long as you're not entering into, you know, next week contracts. It's a good live stream overall though. CHPT. Somebody said all in. They're gonna go all in to CHPT. Oh wait. Yeah, you didn't say it. You just want to look at CHPT. Let's look at CHPT. So first, yeah, I wouldn't touch this. Now, what you got to realize, yes, there is bargains inside the market, and then there's stocks like this. Then there's stocks like this to where make sure you research a company like this, because if it's falling inside of the market bottomed out. And if this thing is still in a downtrend after the market bottomed out, you want to be a bit more careful because there's something underlying. There's something underlying with this stock. So I'm not gonna take a peek at it. I don't want to waste people's time, is what I'm saying. I don't want to waste people's time because you know that you end up losing a lot of money on that one if you trust it. If you trust it, and you dollar cost averaging in, you like, yeah, charging about to be big. TXN longs. I agree. And why I agree is because I don't like that it's sitting here consolidating. Like, this thing has just been in this consolidation. But that often leads to an easier trade for a lot of people because you could just buy on big dips. So I would say the same thing is possible here. You're buying on a nice dip. And TXM is no slouch. Like, TXN is a great company. And I actually think this one's in the Dow Jones, maybe. But I think it's decent. Am I gonna enter it? Nah, not TXN. But like, it does look good. Like, this does look good. It does look good. Like, if you know TXN and you like it, like, this is decent. Tesla charging stations, killing them. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to go up against somebody like Tesla, it's gonna take a whole lot to go against Tesla because Tesla literally is. They front ran the EV industry and the charging stations. That's why Tesla's going to go to all-time highs and why you should be looking to get in on these juicy dips, because Tesla is actually crazy in what they innovated. They got GM asking, can they use their charging stations? They got other companies, other companies making EVs asking if they can use Tesla's charging stations. And Tesla's going to be like, sure, we'll license them out to you for $1 million a year. So now they're going to make a new revenue. Like, bro, they're actually going to get insane. But let's look at XPEV. Somebody said XPEV. I want to take a look at XPEV because we're getting dips. We're getting dips. And if you missed XPEV down here, and some of you guys don't know what this is, but this is like a China EV type company. If you missed XPEV down here, now you're getting another perfect entry right here. How much market cap? $16 billion market cap, mid cap. It's decent. You're getting a perfect entry right here. after the huge consolidation, some of you guys don't even know what this is, but remember in the previous bull run, XPEV was sitting at $60, $75 and was going absolutely crazy. So you're getting it at, look at what, you're getting at the same price before this happened. So yes, it's sitting at this nice support. I think this is possibly a good time for you to start a position. I just might now that I'm looking at this. Now it sucks that I didn't get it at $8. It sucks that I wasn't paying attention to it down here. And you know, it might just get rugged all the way down to $14. And that'd be another good time for you to dollar cost average in. So if I'm looking for XPEV, I'm looking at only 2024 after June calls. So I'm giving myself a whole lot of time. Don't really got to worry about it. I'm giving myself a whole year. I'm giving XPEV a whole year to play out. And if you don't think we're reaching all-time highs by December, you're doing the market wrong. You don't know what you're doing. So if I'm looking at XPEV, I actually think this is an amazing entry right here. I really do, because even if you get in right here, okay, it dips another $4. You dollar cost average in. You got such far out contracts. Like, why are you worried? And then it now created something that is massively, insanely bullish. I love it. I love it. These are my two spots I'll be buying in. I'll be buying, tomorrow, because it dipped 6. Like, I'll be buying tomorrow for sure. And what you got to realize, it literally did the same thing over here. Like, some people get scared on these red candles, and I hate it. I get scared sometimes too. I'm like, man, if I get in right here, man, and it dips, I'm going to be sick. I'm going to be hurt. But you just got to do it. Somebody said BABA. We got to make sure we're looking at BABA in China before we head out of the live stream. So that's exactly what we're going to do. What are you, look, man, what are you, some of you guys only want to look at stocks when they pumped. You're getting Alibaba. Oh my, yo. You're getting Alibaba right here. Now, could it come down, bounce from the trend line at 95? Sure. But this is a, bro, this is a bullish megaphone nonetheless. And the measured move was always to around 107. It didn't even reach its measure. BABA looks amazing. China looks amazing. BABA looks great. I like it. This is the dip you needed. Because it hasn't even reached this real measured move. Like, it's just making its way there, you know, going down, up a little bit, down a little. You know what I'm saying? But it hasn't reached this overall measured move, which is to 160. But in the shorter term, it is to 106, 107. So I actually like Alibaba. Let's take a look at the Hang Seng. And yeah, like, this thing is doing exactly what we thought it would do. Breaking out, retesting. It's literally breaking out. It's retesting the breakout. It's sitting in the perfect buying area. China might be very bullish this week. It just might be. So I'm paying attention to China. This is the Hang Seng, if you didn't know. It's sitting in this huge accumulation flag. The price target is to 28K. It's always been that. We've been talking about that since the beginning of the year. I do not want to miss out on China, so I'm going to make sure we enter into some longer term contracts. We're already in BILI. Like, if you are in the Discord and you aren't in BILI, then you're doing it all wrong. We're in BILI. We've been in BILI since, you know, July 25th, around here when it had its dip. And we've just been sitting on it. And BILI is one, we talked about it at the beginning. Somebody said BILI at the beginning. When I asked what stock would they put all their money into and just get some 2024 contracts, they said BILI. And there's a reason they said BILI. This is the YouTube China. This thing's measured move to $40 or $50 actually. And you know what's funny about BILI? This is small account, like small accounts could get in BILI and make a whole lot of money. Why? Because BILI moves like 10% per day. Why? Because this is a small cap, $7 billion market cap. And the thing is, it was trading way up here during like the last China bull rally that we had. Like, even before COVID, this thing was sitting at $25. You know, it went absolutely crazy. So I like BILI. And I'm still in BILI. Like, if you're in the Discord, we made a whole, we're printing on BILI. We printed on BILI. And I think it's going to continue. You're just getting a retest. You're getting a retest of a lot of this stuff. Like, first of all, this is massively bullish, but anyways. But yeah, I think we discussed everything. A lot of you guys want to look at PayPal. What the heck? And you know what's funny? I was like, somebody said, oh my gosh. This is why you got to pay attention to these live streams, because I try my best to make sure you're getting perfect entries. And there's a lot of people asking about calls up here. Should I get calls up here? I was like, no. If you weren't looking at it at 66 when it was in this nice bullish megaphone bull flag, the measure moved to 72. I would not mess with it. Like, you missed it. But now that it's way back down here, it erased all of its gains, which is very, very sad. I'm not gonna look at PayPal. I'm not paying attention to PayPal because I think there's something seriously I think there's something happening. I think the world is shifting to where we don't need PayPal. You got Stripe coming out as well, which is interesting. You got X, you got Twitter, you got Elon wanting to make a PayPal. You know, he even said it, like X is going to be more than just Twitter. So you got a lot of competition entering into that realm. I don't want to put fear inside of you. You know, if you believe in PayPal, by all means, I just think there's better opportunities out there. I'm going to be honest. And that's just my opinion. Like, I could be completely wrong. This didn't go to all-time highs. And if it doesn't, and just know, like, I don't mind being wrong. I think, I don't think PayPal's, I don't think you should mess with PayPal. I think there's better opportunities, and I don't think you see PayPal at all-time highs ever again. And that's a tough thing to say, but, and I could be wrong. And don't worry, you guys can call me out if I'm wrong. You guys can come in here, roast me. I'm open to it. But I just don't think. Young people say it's expensive to use. Somebody said, F PayPal. They randomly change my credit balance all the time. Oh, man. PayPal is trash. Yeah, I think there's a lot of competition entering into the market. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy the dip. Like I said, for some of these stocks, you just want to be careful. Like, you could miss out on a whole year of runs playing around with Disney. You know, like, some people want Disney to move up so bad, but all you got was it inching downwards, and you think it's going to bounce right here. We're in a bull market. Disney got to bounce, and it doesn't bounce. It keeps going down. So if you believe in PayPal, I would say get equity more than options because you just never know the timing, and you just don't know. If we're in a bull market and you see something trending down, you got to ask yourself why. Like, what the heck? Like, no money rotated? Nobody trying to front run nobody? Ask yourself that, please. Like, if you try to get into something like a Disney, or if it's not even sitting here consolidating, it's just going down. Yeah, you gotta ask yourself. You gotta question it. you have to question it. You have to. You have to question it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream, man. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter right now. We got 200 people in here. Let's make sure we're all following the Twitter. The link is in the bio. If you guys still want to learn some strategies and learn some other stuff that's happening, we have a class today, August 6th. My boy Parth is teaching a live class inside the Discord. It's free. Like, you can come in, you can literally join the Discord, come to the bottom when the class starts, and you're able to, like, he's going to be live streaming his screen. He's going to be talking to you. All right? And join the Discord because we live trade in the morning as well. So make sure you guys are all inside the Discord. I think we went over a lot of good stocks. I think a lot of great stuff is happening inside the market. I think this dip that you're seeing right now will be bought up. It will. It will. Do not turn bearish on me just yet. Do not turn bearish on me just yet. All right? I'm trying to tell you. Now, of course, you can get into some day trades, and, you know, obviously you can catch some puts. You know, that stuff is, of course, that stuff is always there. But the bigger picture, for the people that got 401ks, for the people that have a lot of money invested in the stocks, for the people that have longer term out contracts, be patient, buy the dips, and don't for 1 second think that we're in a bear market, because we're not. We're not. And I've been trying to tell you guys this. Lots of cash is waiting. Exactly. Like, the run up that just happened, do you know how many people actually missed it? Think about how many people actually missed it because they thought a recession was going to happen. Really think about that. A lot of people missed it. So that means a lot of people are sitting in waiting to deploy their money. Okay? There's a lot of people waiting. A lot of them. But anyways, make sure you guys are following the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. Join the Discord. Follow the Instagram. WAM is doing it different. We're going to make sure all you guys know what is happening inside the market. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoy the live stream, man. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I'm out. Peace.